Hello, everyone, and welcome to William Maranci, the show hosted by William Maranci. So, new channel. It's just my name. No mashups. Mashups is not part of my name. It's not my last name. My middle name is no longer Maranci. It's now my last name. I thought I would kick off this new channel by ranking every lyric in one of the rap songs of all time, Crank That Soulja Boy by Soulja Boy Tellum, aka Soulja Boy, aka Big Draco, that guy. The 53rd best lyric in this song, in last place, is Nope, you can't do it like me. Doe, so don't do it like me. In the original song, it is not Doe. You can look that up and see what it is. We're not getting demonetized here. So Soulja Boy is basically embodying a famous quote from one Marge Simpson. That's true, but he shouldn't say it. Soulja Boy's cranking abilities are second to none. Yet, him discouraging you from even attempting to do what he does just kind of irks me. The song frequently invites you to crank that Soulja Boy. He even gives us instructions in the intro, albeit briefly. So this smug attitude towards inviting us crankers to participate kind of contradicts with the intention of the song. So I kind of had a difficult time placing the next two lyrics, since they're like definitely the weak links in the lyrical chain. The 52nd best lyric is Dance, dance, let's get to it, let's get to it. I can't, I know they layer those lyrics over each other. I'm not going to blow anyone's mind today by just reciting those lyrics simultaneously. While Mr. Tellum's looping of lyrics and phrases can be used for like a hypnotic effect, the looping here just feels a tad uninspired. Watch me do it, watch me do it. The complaints I have with the prior lyric on this list kind of carry over to this line, yet since this line came first, while generic, it didn't fill me with the seething rage like the last one did. Also, the rapper Silento quoted this lyric in his hit song Watch Me. I mean, since Silento seems like a nice guy, I will put this lyric above the last one. 50th place. I'm too fresh off in that dough. Watch me crank it, watch me roll. Soulja took the first line from the chorus and just replaced his name with I'm too fresh. This wasn't really necessary, though after searching far and wide, there are no musical artists called I'm Too Fresh. Name's up for grabs, I guess. In 49th place, we have Now Watch Me You Crank That Soulja Boy from Chorus 7. I mean, I love the chorus of this song, and all of the lyrics for the rest of this song are at least tolerable. Yet hearing Now Watch Me You during like the 7th chorus, I mean, it's a bit much. Like, the visceral urge to scream that lyric at weddings is probably at its lowest. I've still done it a few times, though. 48th place, we have Superman. Do it, Superman. Do it. It's just another generic caterwaul into the Soulja verse about his dance routine. It also refers Soulja Boy's questionable attempt at trying to get his song played in a Marvel movie. Some Soulja scholars have speculated that this line may also be a cry for help, possibly to Superman or some higher power. Even with all that taken into account, it takes me out of the joyous vibe of the song and is an unnecessary and generic detour. In 47th place, we have Super Fresh, Now Watch Me Jock, jocking on them haters, man. I was in middle school when Crank That Soulja Boy came out. This may come as a shock to you all, but I was a total nerd in middle school. I played maybe half a sport and would survive a round of dodgeball by the skin of my teeth hiding in the corner of the gym. I was not a jock, And the whole concept of jocking is a bit traumatic for me and not something I really want to relive in a banger like this. In 46th place, we have Now Watch Me You Crank That Soulja Boy from the 6th chorus. As much as I love this lyric, first time around, and we'll get to it, don't worry. The 6th time this is uttered is a bit much. At this point, I just want to get off the Soulja Coaster and go on a less intense ride. Soulja Coaster 1 is too intense for me. In 45th place, we have Watch Me Crank That Soulja Boy Then Superman That in chorus 6. Similar feelings to the last line, yet since Soulja Boy shows more dynamic range throughout this line, I find it maybe slightly more tolerable. In 44th place, we have Soulja Boy Off Indus Dough, Watch Me Lean and Watch Me Rock. The best lines in this song sound absolutely insane, carrying the torch Shakespeare wielded when inventing the words swagger or eyeball. Lines that I don't think I've ever heard before, but will use in my day-to-day life. However, the year before this song came out, them franchise boys dropped Lean Wit It, Rock With It, and while borrowing lyrics from franchisees isn't inherently objectionable, the way in which Soulja Boy borrows these lyrics is a tad lazy. Now in 43rd place, we have Now Watch Me You Crank That Soulja Boy from the 8th chorus. The 7th time I heard this line, I was experiencing some crank fatigue. The 8th time, however, I feel like I supermaned through the 5 stages of grief and accepted that I'd be hearing him you 1 or 2 more times. In 42nd place, we have Soulja Boy Tell 'Em. Hey, I got a dance for y'all called the Soulja Boy. Nothing much to say here. He's just informing us of what we are about to hear. And in this line's defense, a lot of this song is quite enjoyable. In 41st place, we have Watch Me Crank That Soulja Boy, Then Superman That Dough from chorus 8. Made me somewhat emotional when listening to Mr. Tellum's debut album, souljaboytellum.com, knowing that he would never instruct me to Superman that for the rest of the album. I felt a crushing emptiness and a lack of purpose that had me bordering on tears. That said, it didn't hit me as hard this time as when I heard it first. In 40th place, we have the lyrics, Haters Getting Mad, because I got me some bathing apes. Several of the lyrics in this song are references to existing songs, most of which were written by Mr. Soulja Boy. He has a song called Bapes on this album that definitely goes hard. That said, this line is not super low on the list because it was referenced in I Set My Friends on Fire's stupidly good cover of this song, which I would recommend you all check out. It's an absolute rager. In 39th place, we have I'm Too Fresh. Now watch me do it. Watch me shuffle. Watch me do it. Not to be a stickler for the rules when it comes to rhyming words with themselves, but rhyming watch me do it with watch me do it is a bit much. That said, his delivery of this line sells it for me. There's something like extremely just punk rock and minimalistic about it vocally. Then we have Folk, I See You Try to Do It Like Me. Man, that dance was ugly. I didn't like it when he dismissively said, don't do it like me right before this line. That said, this line shows personal growth in the span of 2 lines, where he acknowledges that people are trying, but just aren't up to his cranking standards. You love to see that amount of progression in just a short amount of time. They'd be looking at my neck saying, it's the rubber band man. Now, I don't know who's calling Soulja Boy the rubber band man, nor do I think it's particularly healthy to have a rubber band around your neck. I think I was yelled at in elementary school for doing that. But it's definitely an interesting nickname. I guess it's more interesting than Superman. I mean, Superman's just kind of boring. I mean, Superman, he's got nothing on Soulja Boy. In 36th place, we have Now Watch Me You Crank That Soulja Boy from chorus 5. This is after the second verse. I'm still vibing with the song, and it's like, okay, I'm hearing Now Watch Me You. Like, okay, I'll watch him. That's fine. In 35th place, we have Super Soak That, Super Soak That, Super Soak That, Super Soak That. Which, I mean, the second time around, like, you know, it doesn't hit as hard. The hose is definitely, someone's like maybe turning it off at the moment because they don't really approve of this. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a little less satisfying. Then we have Watch Me Crank That Soulja Boy, then Superman. You! I don't know if he says you or do it, but either way, yeah, gets me hyped up. Nice way to coast into some of the best lines towards the end of this song. In 33rd place, we have You Just Gotta Punch, then crank back 3 times from left to right. So he's giving us the instructions for how to crank that Soulja Boy. And, I mean, it just goes to show that there is something very just, you know, encouraging about this song. Like, he is encouraging us to crank that along with him. And us crankers, you know, we're just gonna, you know, stand up for what we believe in and fight for everyone's basic standard of living. He is actively encouraging us to participate in this revolution. You know, as someone who consumes a good amount of bread tube, I appreciate that sentiment. In 32nd place, we have Soulja Boy off in this, oh, watch me crank that, watch me roll from chorus 6. We're getting like to maybe like the 6th inning of the game, maybe the 5th, I don't know. We're going through the Soulja motions a little bit more. Superman that, then watch me crank that RoboCop. Now, okay, so Superman, that's an interesting, you know, lyric to have in a rap song like this. And then you have RoboCop. We have another superhero. I mean, the holy trinity of superheroes is obviously Superman, RoboCop, and I don't know which Roosevelt. I'm leaning towards, he's probably talking about Teddy Roosevelt. But unfortunately, in that holy trinity, Soulja Boy just can't make his way in. But I think it's an interesting lyrical reference that, you know, sticks in your brain. It's kind of a science fiction reference. So I guess, like, along with Soulja Boy's references to, like, anime and some of his other tracks, I think Soulja Boy is a good nerdcore rapper. In 30th place, we have You Catch Me at Your Local Party. Yes, I crank it every day. So if you were questioning Soulja Boy's, you know, cranking abilities, I mean, he's practicing. He's hitting the practice room and cranking it every day, rain or shine. And I mean, one may ask, is it really healthy to crank it every day? And my answer is yes. In 29th place, we have Now Watch Me You Crank That Soulja Boy from the 3rd chorus. And it's like, okay, I'm still getting hyped up. It's like, okay, we're bringing it back to, you know, the chorus after that first verse. And it's like, we're back into Crankland. Let's do it. Back to the dance floor. When I'm cranking that Soulja Boy, sometimes, you know, during the verses, I will go to just sit down and, you know, just try to really think about the lyrics that he's spitting. And then when this chorus comes back on, basically, maybe like a few bars before, it's like, that's the cue to jump out of my seat. When he talks about his local party, I just gotta hop up and just start cranking it everywhere. Start super soaking people. Now we have chorus 4's Watch Me Crank That Soulja Boy, then Superman that. Okay. Even after the 4th time, it's still pretty infectious. In 27th place, we actually have Soulja Boy off in this Watch Me Crank That, Watch Me Roll from chorus 7. Now, this is leading from the final verse. There is a line before this that leads into this that we will get to later. The combination of that line into this line, it just makes this line hit so much harder. It's when I hop right back on the dance floor to crank it some more. In 26th place, we have Now Watch Me You Crank That Soulja Boy from chorus 4. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm still in the cranking spirit. I want to do some Cranksmith shopping. In 24th place, we have Watch Me Crank That Soulja Boy, then Superman That from chorus 7. Oh, man. We get to Superman That some more in the 7th chorus. You're only going to get one more chance in that song to do that, so live life to the fullest, you know? If Soulja Boy's telling you to do something and you know that you don't have much time left, you just gotta do it. In 23rd place, we have Watch Me Crank That Soulja Boy, then Superman That from the 2nd chorus. I mean, the second time around, maybe it hits a little less hard than the first time around, but I still, that is what we're about. We're going to crank around the clock a little bit. And in 22nd place, we have You, which just kind of comes after the last chorus, and it's like, okay, I mean, we've heard You maybe a couple times in the song, but I mean, this one definitely hits a little less hard because it's like, you know that things are dying down. People are already, just kind of leaving the dance floor. I think they're just getting tired. Maybe they need some super soaking. In 21st place, we have, and if we get to fighting, then I'm on your... We're not getting demonetized here. And while violence should never be, the initial answer, sometimes it's just necessary. Soulja Boy is going to be your kryptonite. In 20th place, we have You, which is in the intro. It's kind of in between the introduction of this dance called the Soulja Boy and the instructions for doing the dance. I can live with it. I can get down with it. But it's one of the weaker U's in the track. Then in 19th place, we have Soulja Boy off in this Watch Me Crank That, Watch Me Roll from chorus 3. We're getting back into the Cranksmith spirit. We're cranking that little Soulja in a box. You're led from the second verse into some more festivities, some more Yuletide carols. In 18th place, we have Now Watch Me You Crank That Soulja Boy from chorus 2. Now, you have to keep in mind, there are 8 choruses in this song. And this is the second one. So we're still messing it up, We're still tearing up the dance floor. Maybe Soulja Boy is trying to pick a fight with us because of our lack of cranking prowess, but we're still having fun. In 17th place, we have Haters Wanna Be Me. Soulja Boy, I'm the man. I am not a Soulja Boy hater. That said, I do kind of want to be Soulja Boy. Without Soulja Boy, who's going to have the first rap song on YouTube? It's going to be me. In 16th place, we have the from the outro, leading into the end of the song. It's a little sad in this case, which is why it's the lowest of the uhs. Because, you think you're getting hyped up again. You think you're getting ready to crank that Soulja Boy. And then he just says goodbye. Kind of a fake out. I still kind of hold it against Soulja Boy for doing that. In 15th place, we have Soulja Boy off in this. Watch Me Crank That, Watch Me Roll. In the 5th chorus. The second verse of this song, it's a little weaker than the first. I mean, I still, get enjoyment from it. But I'm ready to go back into the chorus. And then in 14th place, we have Soulja Boy off in this. Watch Me Crank That, Watch Me Roll from the 2nd chorus. Second time around, I am more than okay with Soulja Boy being off in this. In 13th place, we have I'ma Pass It to Arab, and he gon' crank it up faux show. While this is in reference to his, at the time, sidekick Arab, I'd like to think of this lyric as being kind of political. in this day and age where we're still dropping bombs on Yemen and we still haven't freed Palestine, and when there's still Islamophobia that is rampant throughout this country, to have a lyric that's thoughtful like this, even unintentionally, I'm on board. Really kind of turning into a soulja man right here. In 12th place, we have Super Soak That, Super Soak That, Super Soak That, Super Soak That, which, oh man, I mean, after all that cranking, I need some kind of refreshment. I need some kind of hydration, no matter what it is. 11th place, we have the You, which is at the tail end of the song. It's the last lyric of the song. I'm a little sad that the song is ending right here. It was kind of led up to by an which, it just makes the whole thing kind of, it's sad, but don't be sad that it's over. Be glad it happened. Be glad that we were able to come together and crank that. In 10th place, we have the I'm jocking on your being a nerd and all that, there's some PTSD around the whole, idea of jock culture. When he says I'm jocking on him, when he says it, really loud and just, in your face, he kind of is just, kind of half-hearted about it initially. But I'm kind of convinced, that this is just, some Chad energy at its finest. I now feel like, this powerful jock wielding my soulja trident, patent pending. I'm coming for you. I'm going to crank and super soak and Robocop. And I'm definitely going to Roosevelt. In 9th place, we have Now Want Me You from Chorus 1. First time around, man, I just feel patriotic. If this is the national anthem, my God, I am standing for it. 8th place, we have You, which is the first lyric of the song. This is basically just a call to arms. To use your arms to crank that. This is your civic duty to crank that. So now you know what you're getting yourself into. You are listening to Crank That Soulja Boy. You may not be listening to it on purpose. It may be playing at a bar mitzvah. It may be playing at a wedding. You are about to hear a banger. If you don't crank that, well, that says something pretty telling about your character, especially if that character is Superman. In 7th place, we have When I Do That, Soulja Boy, I lean to the left and crank that thing now. I think this song is political because there are references to presidents. There are references to, the war on terror. This whole communist approach to dancing. We're all in this together. And if we all cranked at the same time, we need a lot more, rappers who, lean to the left. Sure, there are a lot of rappers who are definitely not, Republicans, but they still have, so much money, so many millions of dollars. They're kind of scamming people a little bit with all of that, which is not something that Soulja Boy, I don't think, would ever do, because this man leans to the left. Just this whole, encouraging collective spirit that permeates this song. Honestly, I appreciate it. Very poggers. In 6th place, we have Soulja Boy off in this, oh, watch me crank that, watch me roll from Chorus 1. When you first hear that, you know that you're in for a good day. You know that the dance floor is about to just go insane when this first lyric hits. I mean, everyone's reporting for duty, and this is the task at hand. In 5th place, we have Watch Me Crank That Roosevelt, then Super Soak That, which is kind of, a political reference. Roosevelt was this, kind of big buff Chad. Soulja Boy's kind of this Chad of rap music. And just all this Chad energy and just references to the olden days of America. The idea that we have, a political song going to number 1 in the year 2007. It's played all over the world at dances and all sorts of weddings and other functions. Just the idea that we have a lyric about a former US president in a song, the history nerd in me does, kind of feel like some kind of, hope that we're gonna get more political hip-hop like this. And, you know, all of it is gonna be great. In fourth place, we have the lyric, I'm bouncing on my toes. Watch me super soak that. It's impressive more than anything that he can do those things at the same time. It's like just the agility and dexterity that goes into just bouncing and super soaking simultaneously. My God, how has this guy not gone to jail yet? This is just so incredible. Like, this is impressive. In third place, we have which leads into the first chorus. You know, you get so hyped, and then when the first chorus comes in, it's like, yes, let's do this. What if the entire world cranked that Soulja Boy? And in second place, we have Watch Me Crank That Soulja Boy, then Superman That in the first chorus, which is the introduction of Superman to this song. Superman, awesome guy. It is one of the most memorable lyrics of this song. Yes, Urban Dictionary did kind of hijack its meaning. It's just another dance that Soulja Boy came up with. I mean, he's a very creative man, coming up with all of these dances and just all of these dance moves, like, at such a young age, too. Wow. Dude's a prodigy. And in first place, we have the before chorus 7. This really feels like the climax of the song, because this is before the last chorus, and then the steel drums drop out, and it's just the like, I feel something, like, I feel myself, like, kind of ascending. It's like an out-of-body experience. This is, like, the most transcendent moment in the song, and it gives me chills sometimes. Like, I'm on the dance floor, I'm just losing my mind, and I hear this, and I'm just like, I almost don't know if I can crank that in the next line because I'm just so overcome with just joy and adrenaline. But yeah, if you disagree with my ranking, let me know in the comments. Hit me up on Twitter at William Maranci or on Instagram at William_Maranci. This has been William Maranci. Thank you.